The Truth Beneath the Surface. Jasmine Pineda's Manipulative Game Unraveled. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I hope you are well. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Jasmine Pineda had always been one of the most talked about cast members of 90 Day Fiancé. With her fiery personality, explosive arguments, tearful confessions, and dramatic confrontations, she quickly became a household name in the world of reality TV. Her relationship with Gino Palazzolo was one of the most controversial in the show's history. Fans either loved her or loathed her. There was rarely an in-between. But behind the flashy makeup, bold outfits, and intense emotions was a woman many claimed they could never truly understand. Jasmine often said she was misunderstood, misjudged, and misrepresented. However, a shocking revelation from a former castmate would soon throw her into a storm of controversy she wasn't prepared for. It all began during a tell-all episode when producers invited several past and present cast members to discuss the latest season. Among the returning faces was Veronica Rodriguez, a fan favourite, known for her candid opinions, no-nonsense attitude, and razor-sharp observations. Veronica had mostly stayed away from drama, focusing instead on her own storylines. But this time, she had something to say about Jasmine that would ignite a fire across the 90 Day Fiancé fan base. "I hate to say this," Veronica began, her voice calm but firm, "but I think Jasmine has been manipulating Gino, and possibly the audience, for a long time." The studio fell silent. Jasmine's mouth opened slightly in shock, and Gino looked confused, glancing between Veronica and his fiancée. The tension was palpable. Veronica didn't stop there. She elaborated on her accusations, pointing to specific examples viewers had seen on screen. The way Jasmine frequently used emotional outbursts to redirect conversations. Her tendency to threaten breaking off the relationship whenever Gino challenged her. The constant guilt-tripping, especially about finances, loyalty, and trust. Her sudden switches between rage and tears, often ending arguments with sympathy-gathering vulnerability. "Look, I get that relationships are hard," Veronica continued, "but I've seen patterns. I've been around people like that before. They play the victim to gain control." The comment shocked not just the cast, but fans worldwide. Within hours, the hashtag #manipulativejasmine began trending online. Backstage, Jasmine was livid. "How dare she call me manipulative?" Jasmine screamed, pacing in her dressing room. "She doesn't even know me. She doesn't know what Gino and I have been through." Producers tried to calm her down, but Jasmine wasn't having it. She stormed back on stage before her segment was scheduled, interrupting the show. "You want to call me manipulative, Veronica," she shouted. "Say it to my face!" Veronica stood her ground. "I just did!" The confrontation quickly escalated, with Jasmine throwing out accusations of jealousy, defamation, and using her name for clout. But Veronica remained calm, letting Jasmine's heated words bounce off her. "You can scream all you want," Veronica said softly, "but your actions speak louder than your tears." In the days that followed, fans were divided. Some defended Jasmine fiercely, arguing that she had survived traumatic past relationships and that her behavior came from emotional wounds rather than manipulation. Others agreed with Veronica, pointing out moments from previous episodes where Jasmine's behavior seemed calculated. But the one caught in the middle was Gino. In an emotional confession during a sit-down interview, Gino admitted he had often felt confused by Jasmine's emotional swings. "Sometimes I feel like I can't do anything right," he said. "If I talk too much, she says I'm ignoring her feelings. If I say too little, she says I don't care. It's like I'm walking on eggshells." When asked if he believed Jasmine was manipulating him, Gino hesitated. "I don't know," he said finally. "I love her. But sometimes, sometimes I wonder if she knows exactly how to push my buttons." Jasmine took to Instagram Live to defend herself. "I am not manipulative," she said tearfully. "I am a woman who has been hurt, betrayed, and gaslit in the past. I get emotional, I cry, I fight for love. That doesn't make me toxic, it makes me human. She also directly addressed Veronica's comments. I've never even had a real conversation with her, and now she wants to act like she's some psychologist on national TV? Please? But her video was met with mixed responses. While some fans expressed their support, others criticised her for deflecting blame and playing the victim. Surprisingly, another cast member, Angela Deem, spoke up in Jasmine's defence. I've seen women get called manipulative just because they show emotion, Angela said during a podcast interview. If Jasmine's manipulative, then what the hell am I? Angela, who had her fair share of controversy on the show, said that the term manipulative is often weaponized against strong, expressive women. Jasmine may be dramatic, but I don't think she's playing games. I think she's overwhelmed. And I think Gino isn't always honest either. Her comments brought new perspective to the situation and forced fans to re-evaluate the narrative. Meanwhile, fans began compiling evidence from past episodes. Clips of Jasmine erupting over minor things, such as Gino talking to his ex or not sending money quickly enough, were now being reanalyzed under a new lens. In one clip, Jasmine told Gino, "If you truly loved me, you'd move heaven and earth to make me happy." In another, she was seen crying after a fight, only to switch moods instantly when Gino offered to take her shopping. These moments, once considered entertaining reality TV drama, now became potential signs of manipulation. The producers decided to bring in a licensed relationship therapist for an exclusive interview. Dr. Annika Miles, a clinical psychologist specializing in emotional intelligence and relationship behavior, was asked to watch select clips and offer her opinion. I can't diagnose anyone without seeing them privately, Dr. Miles said, but I can say that Jasmine's behavior does contain traits of emotional control, crying when confronted, threatening to leave during conflict, using love as leverage. These are classic patterns often seen in manipulative dynamics. However, she also added, it's possible she's not fully aware of what she's doing. People with unresolved trauma often develop these behaviors as survival mechanisms. Her nuanced take gave fans a broader understanding and sparked even more debate. 2 weeks after the tell-all aired, Gino was spotted without his engagement ring. Paparazzi photos showed him at a restaurant with friends looking somber. In an exclusive interview with In Touch Weekly, Gino admitted he needed time away from Jasmine. I'm not saying I'm breaking up with her, he clarified, but I need to figure out who I am outside this relationship. He confessed he had begun therapy to better understand his boundaries and feelings. I love Jasmine, he said, but love isn't supposed to hurt this much. Jasmine, upon hearing Gino's interview, went silent on social media for several days. Fans speculated she had flown back to Panama, but she reappeared online with a cryptic message. Sometimes love has to break you before it teaches you. She then posted a series of emotional stories hinting at betrayal, abandonment, and confusion. Many interpreted them as directed at Gino and Veronica. Meanwhile, Veronica stood by her comments. I didn't say it to destroy Jasmine, she posted. I said it because it needed to be said. If someone is being manipulated, they deserve to know. A few weeks later, Jasmine agreed to appear on a streaming special titled 90-Day Confessions. In a raw and vulnerable interview, she opened up about her childhood, her toxic past relationships, and the psychological scars she carried into adulthood. I don't want to be this way, she admitted, tears falling freely. I just don't know how to let someone love me without testing them. She also admitted she may have unknowingly manipulated Gino. If I did, I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt him. The confession shocked many, especially those who had called her irredeemable. It wasn't a full redemption, but it was a start. In the final moments of the special, Gino joined her on the stage. There was a long pause. No yelling, no drama, just silence. Then Gino spoke. I forgive you, he said softly. If you're willing to heal, I'll stand by you. Jasmine nodded, crying openly. I'll do the work. For you, for us. They embraced, and for the first time in a long while, there was peace. Jasmine's journey became a case study in how unresolved trauma can manifest in relationships. While some still criticized her, others admired her courage in facing her flaws. Veronica later clarified in another podcast episode, I don't hate Jasmine, I just wanted her to see herself clearly. Whether Jasmine and Gino would last remained unknown, but what was clear is that the show and its fans had witnessed something real. Not just drama, but vulnerability, growth, and the hard truth of what love sometimes looks like. Not perfect, not clean, but real.